What's up?
You're gonna hate me.
Why?
I have to go pee.
Go ahead.
Okay. And now your audience feels close.
Doo-doo.
That's good.
I'll
That's
be
a
back.
very natural response.
I'll be back.
They gotta go. She has to go to the bathroom. Butt shot. Yeah. Where was I? Okay.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
There we go.
Is the mic working?
Yeah.
It's working. Happy Thanksgiving
There you go.
from the Red Dreaded Studios. You want to come around this way? There you go. Hey, everybody. Thanks for tuning in.
Sorry.
Got the Tokyo's World's Finest sitting here right now, and we'll have the Trinity here once she comes back from her walkabout.
I'm still waking up.
Yeah. It's late in the day, but early at the same time because he's been up all night editing and, doing his
that
thing.
fucking Dragon Ball one took way too long for some reason. I don't know why, but I was using my old laptop, so 45 minutes on that laptop is like 3 hours to do something. So yeah.
It's long. Oh, here you go. Come play. Hi, Thanksgiving. Hello. Booyahs. What's up, Thanksgiving? I like the Thanksgiving. You gonna KFC for Thanksgiving?
What happened with Rurouni Kenshin? Somebody die? I don't know what happened there. Yeah.
Kenshin died, I guess.
No. I mean, Kenshin died anyways, I think. There was no... Oh, there's dips. Isn't there dips in there or something like that?
No, that's this.
What? They didn't include any...
Oh, you mean this stuff?
That's it? Wow. They only gave one?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
They always only give one unless you.
Well, open up the soup one. See if they're...
There's no.
Ah! I did hear about that. Okay, you're right. The mangaka was caught with child porn.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, I forgot about that.
What? I didn't hear about that. What happened?
The mangaka of Kenshin was caught with child porn on his computer.
That's disgusting.
Yep.
Wow. So much for Kenshin.
She's back.
Oh, yes, I heard on the news today.
What? About the
Kenshin? Rurouni?
Kenshin? Yeah.
Yep.
I just heard about it because I didn't know anything about it.
Okay.
Been in studios, so I haven't been.
All right, first question is for...
Nande.
I'll fix it. Hold on. I'm eating.
Maybe somebody wants to see you eat.
No, they get enough of that from DC Sun. In every
That's
video
true.
eating. All right, first...
Yeah, this is for you because I'm about to grab this chicken.
No, first question for you is yeah. Let's just get this shit out the way so we can get the first 10 minutes of this conversation out the way. DC Sun, do you like Justice League? Here, go ahead. We'll be back in 10 minutes.
Wait, did you guys actually do an intro of like...
If it helps. Oh, yeah. So, this is Akasan, Red Dreaded Studio, DC Sun, World of Cali, Tokyo Trinity. Good to see you. And yeah, to answer your question, I think the t-shirt might help answer that. Subtlety?
Yeah, more.
Much?
Yeah. We'll just take a break real quick.
They'll take a break over there. That's okay.
Us
Yes,
fans, us sensible people, normal people over here.
Yeah, normal people go and enjoy the movie. If they liked the movie, they liked it. If they didn't, they didn't. For me, I enjoyed it.
That's good.
That's it? That's all you want to say?
There's nothing else to say. I enjoyed the movie. There are some parts that were a bit interesting in a weird way, but for the most part, I enjoyed seeing my favorite characters on the screen together. I would have liked it to be longer, like it was originally planned, just for story purposes. I don't care so much about the over-the-top action. I wanted to see more story.
I agree.
And it got cut. So hopefully there'll be a director's edition, unfortunately, because I'd rather just see that all at once. But, we'll see.
All right, here's a question for Cali.
Wait.
Is Justice League worth seeing a second time?
Just me personally, no. That's no. I'm being honest here.
Okay, no. See, that's exactly why I said it's not a question. It's a question for her. And why is that?
Just teasing.
Unfortunately, this is just my opinion.
And that's all that matters.
Um, the story is kind of basic. It's elementary. The characters aren't very dimensional. I think the best character for me overall was the Flash, because we already saw how awesome Wonder Woman could be. And unfortunately, she wasn't given a lot of screen time in this, other than comments here and there about her being hot. And I think
Yeah.
with what's going on in Hollywood right now, it just kind of made me feel uncomfortable.
It's very disrespectful.
Just bad timing.
Bad timing.
Well, and not just that, just to kind of harp on that, like, they had enough time when all of this was kind of going down. They had enough time that somebody could have been like, you know what, maybe we should cut some of this shit out, because there's a lot of crotch shots, butt shots, upskirts, playfulness. They couldn't cut out the thing with Flash falling on Wonder Woman, but they could have. It was just bad timing, but at the same time, it was just really disrespectful. Thinking to myself so much of how popular Wonder Woman was, and the fact that they changed their marketing to really focus around putting more scenes with the Amazons in, extending that stuff. I don't understand why somebody was like, well, we have a lot of Wonder Woman fans that are going to hopefully be coming to see this movie. Maybe we should cut some of this kind of dirty pervert shit out.
Yeah.
Like, it didn't add up to me. Like, why did they think that this was going to be okay, but this kind of stuff was going to be okay as well? So, but for the record, I enjoyed all those crotch shots, butt shots. But I'm just saying, professionally, yeah. I'm actually going to be seeing Justice League tomorrow for the second time, only because as a film critic, superhero film critic, there's one thing I want to kind of tell, because I saw it on the military base, so the quality wasn't as good as it could be. And so there's one thing I want to see, and that's the quality of the CG, and I just want to actually go enjoy it as a fan and less as a critic once. And sometimes when I see it properly on IMAX with good sound, it sometimes changes my opinion. Because when I first saw Spider-Man Homecoming, I was okay with it, but then when I saw it a second time on IMAX with this, you could really hear the soundtrack coming through. I was like, fuck yeah, I kind of like Spider-Man now. So, yeah. All right, next one. What?
So this question comes from Otis Cunningham. If one guy could have total control of the DCU, who would you choose?
That's Aka first.
I don't have an answer because I don't know. But they do need some. Well, no, you know what? Let me.
I knew you had an answer.
To be fair, a lot of things you guys got to realize is the fact that Justice League was already being shot when BVS came out, and they were already kind of, Zack Snyder, he had plans, and look where that got him. Zack Snyder was going a particular direction, and for whatever reason, WB agreed to let him go all the way with it. Man of Steel was a shaky foundation from the beginning. I've said that many times, that Man of Steel was already kind of mixed, and people were like, but it was passable, and it made it made a lot of money. It made enough money that Warner Brothers was like, okay, go ahead and do BVS. Zack Snyder didn't want to do BVS in the beginning. He wanted to do Man of Steel 2. Warner kind of forced him to throw in fucking Batman and shit, and he didn't really want to do it, but then he was like, okay, fuck yeah, I'm going to make my Frank Miller Batman. By the time the backlash of BVS came out, Suicide Squad was already, for the most part, in the can. They tried to go back and do some reshoots. Justice League was already being filmed, so that is true. Academy Award winning Suicide Squad. So what we're seeing with Justice League, the final cut, is the studio rushing to try to fix what Zack Snyder already spent a lot of money on, throwing Joss Whedon in there to kind of clean it up, make it like they were just trying to pull a Hail Mary. I feel that in the future, now with Jeff Johns and all the new staff that they have in there, that hopefully we'll get a better track record and we'll get better movies. The problem is that's already 4 or 5 movies on DCEU's record, and only one of them has actually been successful, being Wonder Woman, in terms of critically. So the biggest problem is they could have the best Aquaman movie you've ever seen, but you may not be getting the audience to come in anymore. The faith has been, and I think that's what, well, that's what happened with Justice League, because I feel in some form or fashion Justice League could have been more appealing to the general audience. It's just that the fact that it is a sequel to BVS in some sense, and it is so connected to Zack Snyder's work, people are just turned off of that. And unfortunately, I don't know. In my opinion, Flashpoint might be the only thing that's going to save things. There you go.
To answer the question, I'd say Jim Lee. The reason I say Jim Lee because he has given that may not be his forte, but I think he has a good understanding of story, characters, character design, how to develop the story and tell a story from the creator's point of view, but also have it be understood by the audience. He's just really good at that. He's showed that time and time again, not just with DC properties, but any project that he's actually been involved with. Now, given, yes, it takes a team, but I do think that he's one of the key members to have that done because he understands how people work. So putting Jim Lee and Jeff Johns together, I think would be great. And also reiterating on what he said, I do think that on the opposite direction, I think that Justice League suffered from recent press, the things that's going on in Hollywood with Ben Affleck and things of that nature. You know, whether people say it's his fault or not his fault, you know, that's fine. But what I mean is because of that happening, that tuned people out as well. People's like, I don't want to go and support someone that I don't trust or don't like for whatever reason. So I think a lot of sales were affected by that as well.
Okay, and I'm just gonna do a quick intro. This live stream was actually an idea from Spinning Art. He wanted us to dedicate this time to do a live Q&A with all of Akasan and DC Sun's fans. So yay, thank you guys so much for watching. I know there are a couple people who, for them, this is their first time tuning into you, and you've been getting a lot of good comments as well, such as somebody's Joe Jin Layman is asking, "Are you an actor from The Walking Dead?"
Yes, I am. I am your king.
That's Heath.
I am Cyborg and your king. No, you don't have to call me your king.
And that's interesting what you mentioned about Jim Lee too, because do you feel like he has the potential to be like a John Lasseter for the DC universe, DCEU?
Better. And the reason
Better.
I say better only because he's been in the business just as long, and he's also been working with several different publications and outlets. So anything going from Marvel to Image, which he helped create, and DC, as well as television and film, he has a really good understanding of what works, what doesn't work. Of course, no one's going to get it perfect the first time or all the time. You know, you're going to have some duds. You're going to have some scenes that everyone's not going to like. Doesn't matter what movie it is. So you're not going to be able to please everybody. But if you can get close to making a good, strong film to where the general public is like, hey, I had a really good time from the time I sat down to the time we got up to leave the movie, that's the goal you should be going for. And he's always done that with the things that he's been involved with. So that would be cool to see him there. Also, the way he does storyboards or tells a story in conjunction with someone who's doing that in film professional like Jeff Johns, I think that would be a good counterbalance to see how things would work out.
Another thing to keep in mind is the fact that Wonder Woman, I feel, the main reason Wonder Woman was good is because it basically only focused on Wonder Woman. They focused on telling a good story about Wonder Woman and didn't try to involve all this other bullshit going.
And yes,
mixed.
Art, she really is.
Yeah, no, it's a good point. I mean, in my opinion, I think most people's opinion, the first half of Man of Steel was really, really good. It was like Superman Begins. It's just that second half burned people out and was kind of a little too much like that. What? Sorry, I was reading something. Thank God for these moderations. All right. Let's go with no, I haven't finished. I only watched one episode of The Punisher right now, and I'm gonna have to burn through the rest this week before Rift shuts down. And but yeah, anyways, that's the one thing I was talking. I would say is if they just really focus on telling really good solo movies, that's fine.
Wait, we're
what?
tense? We're tense right now? Why are you all so tense?
He's just trolling. Yeah.
Oh.
Because look at the other comments that are getting blocked. Yeah. So yeah. See, you gotta. This is YouTube 101. You gotta see the path of the comments. Yeah. Anyways, why don't you guys give us some other questions? I'm tired of talking about Justice League. Make my Marvel. I can't wait for next year because it's gonna be me, Cali. You might see less and less of DC Sun on the channel because we're gonna be all decked out in Avengers. This year, I gave it to DC because of Justice League, but fucking next year, woo! I'm debating to do a Thanos costume.
Ooh.
But it's gonna be kind of difficult to pull that one off. But I'm gonna try.
Awesome.
I'm gonna be really hot, and the whole stilts and everything. Boom, boom. I will. Yeah, to sit down in that shit. No. I will paint your blood. I will paint the starways in your blood.
I got a good question for DC Sun. No, actually, you already answered. You already answered it. I think you already answered.
I know what you're getting at.
No, I'm not. No. Hey, I'm not mean to you guys on camera.
No,
on camera.
Off camera.
All right, let's go through your comments.
Oh, try to give us some.
I like what Otis said, only because it's like the last thing for the movies, where the 2018 should be DC's planning year outside of the Aquaman movie coming out in 2019.
Oh, and
should be when
Shazam.
they kind of restart with Shazam and Wonder Woman 2.
Awesome.
So, I am looking forward to seeing Aquaman just because I really like that actor.
Jason Momoa.
He's boss. And
I just need an excuse to wear my costume again.
and
That shit was
because
expensive
otherwise,
as fuck.
we won't have a chance for him to wear the Aquaman costume.
And really quick, hi Marvin, my little brother.
I didn't get a chance.
Hi, Marvin.
Warner Brothers fucked up my inventory.
Oh!
Oh, cheers! We'll cheer every time someone makes a super chat donation.
There's alcohol in this shit.
Yeah.
You're gonna see Akasan slowly
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna see his energy level slowly getting higher and higher.
Yep.
Thank you, Spinning Art.
Thank you, Spinny Art. You guys are awesome. Sir, you are awesome.
You know what is it? Joji?
Oh, look! And it's even going to play. We can't hear it, but it's playing the
Spinning Art.
Harley Quinn dances for you.
Yeah, I
Nice.
need the music after
Good
seeing that.
choice.
Ooh.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. It plays that song. Doom, doom,
Oh,
doo, doo, doo.
hey, someone made a very good point.
We are forming an Oreo. A
Um,
sexy Oreo.
You will have to go bald.
No, I don't.
That's what Buzz said.
No.
Buzz Killer.
No.
You just have to.
No, I just pull it back. If Tom Hiddleston can pull his hair back for Loki and have a big ass forehead on top of that.
I mean,
Five head.
if Adam Driver can put all that hair inside Kylo Ren's.
Exactly, same
still have
deal.
those luscious
That's the
locks,
reason
why
I'm picking Thanos, because it's like the only character I could kind of pull off with enough prosthetics and makeup and shit. So,
not? Nice.
and I have the voice for him. So.
Alright, do you think Infinity War will be the best MCU movie they ever make? No,
I hope not.
I don't think it will.
Maybe.
I hope not.
Maybe.
Why I say I hope not? Because they have several other movies slated after that. So I don't want it to go in the opposite direction.
Yes.
So I'm hoping that it's going to be like some of the other movies where it builds and it's really good and it just gets better from there on.
I think it's gonna be a
Epic.
No, it's gonna be one of these situations. It's
gonna
gonna
be
be
sad.
it's gonna be a game changer, the way Civil War was.
Yeah.
So
People are gonna
yeah,
die.
I think so. So I'm down with that. Yeah.
No, they are.
They are.
It even happens in the comic book. If it didn't happen
Sean
in the
Moore.
movie, it'd be a little too light.
This is Katana. She's got my back. I would advise not getting killed by her. Her sword traps the souls of its victims. I know that movie was bad, guys, but I'm sorry. That still is still is the best DCEU film for me. 'Cause, like, it's the only one that didn't make me mad. Like at the end, or frustrated or something like that.
Frustrated with Wonder Woman, and if so, why?
No, I was just like meh with Wonder Woman. I thought it was good. I just didn't really get into it. I actually thought Wonder Woman herself was better in Justice League. That opening scene with the bank
with the bullets
was so good.
That was boss.
It's just for me personally, I felt Wonder Woman felt very Snyder-like. Even though Patty Jenkins had some really good stuff in there, there were Snyder-ish scenes in there that slowed things down, and I don't like when he slows things down like that. It worked really well with the 300 because I felt I feel like I'm watching history. But when you do it in like the actual story, I'm kind of just like, I don't know. There were parts of Snyder's world I don't really like. So
Really quick, it's bothering me. I'm gonna
What?
move the camera so that it's getting more of Aka and less of the dead space.
well, let me finish my salad
So
first.
now, I'm dead space.
No, I said like
No,
bye.
I'm just teasing. Move this way.
Okay.
The Iron Man movies,
Move over. There you go.
I just didn't like the I didn't like the first Iron Man movie. I don't know because I don't know. I felt it was boring. I think origin stories bore me, to be honest. The only good origin story I really like was Batman Begins. I just feel like maybe as a comic fan, I just want to get to that point where I already know, like I'm ready for it. I just felt the first Iron Man was kind of boring. I don't know. It was.
I loved it.
Yeah. I mean, I thought there were points that were really good, but it's not something I can sit and rewatch over and over.
Someone has a man crush on Akasan. Nice. Nice.
Yay. Okay. Let's see. Team KK.
Do you guys have any personal questions outside of like comic stuff?
But you know what? Like there must be a reason why fans are asking because like they love hearing what you have to say regarding the
Especially
comic.
Dealing with the comic and the cinematic universes. Yeah.
Okay, let's go on. Why don't you like the Iron Man movies? Well, yeah, okay.
Do you like the Iron Man movies?
I like the first one the best. How about you?
I think the first one was probably the best one, the more solid one out of the three. Also because it was setting the stage for anything that came after that. But I did like the second one, especially the ending with some of the techniques and weapons that they used on both War Machine and Iron Man. The third one I didn't like because it had funny parts, but story made no sense. And there was a bunch of armor that you didn't see, so it was pointless. But yet there's 42 different pieces of toys that came out. So it's Iron Man number da-da. It's like, we didn't see that. So it kind of felt flat compared to the other two.
All right.
I like two the best, actually, which is weird because that's one a lot of people hate.
A lot of people hate.
But
Actually,
I like that one, yeah.
Actually, number 3 was what people not really liked, right? Was the one.
Number 3, yeah, 3 was the worst. But going back and rewatching it and understanding what they were trying to go for, I kind of understand why 3 was a little bit better. But at the time, coming off of Avengers, I was like, yeah, I want to see it. But yeah, it wasn't what I wanted at the time.
All right. Chris Combs, Walking Dead vs. Game of Thrones, which is a superior show?
What?
Walking Dead or Game of Thrones?
Game of Thrones. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones.
They have dragons. Come on. She's like,
You mean they have Daenerys?
and Daenerys. It's like, come on. You've got zombies. We've got Daenerys.
That's like HBO versus the CW. Like, yeah, okay. One I need to pay for. The other one, if I have time.
Yeah, and they're still under the same company.
Yeah.
Even funnier.
Who do you... Oh, go ahead.
Someone asked a question.
What's up, Shay?
Do you think DC should build up to the Darkseid War?
I think you know about... You and Akasan know more about this.
For you two.
Nope.
You don't think they should?
Nope.
Why?
They need to just focus on solo movies. That's it. No more teasers. Even as much as people like the end credits in Justice League, the first one, I don't want to hear about any more team up future type shit anymore, because that's what's shooting them in the ass right now. Just focus on telling good solo stories. That's it.
I agree.
I'd like to see the Dark Side War, but if they do that, I want them to focus more on story than action. Cut back on CG, and I'd say cut back CG by 30% and up the story by 50%, and I'm good. So yeah. Wow, that is a very interesting question that I'm not going to answer.
Is there any other? Has there been any other successful shared universe so far?
Sorry.
Has there been any successful shared universe so far?
In film or comics?
In film.
Shared universe?
Yeah, basically what Marvel did. I've seen Universal try doing it
between characters.
Like such
Civil
an
Wars,
ensemble
where you
like
had-
that?
They had an ensemble of characters in one movie, or what do you mean?
Basically a profitable thing where they've made a franchise on a shared universe.
No, this is the first time, right?
Well, I know Marvel was the first, but others have tried to copy. Universal tried to do that with the monsters. They failed. Then they tried to do it with Dark Universe. They failed. Has anybody been able to do it, like, successfully, where people want more?
I don't think so.
Being technical, they all were successful to some point because they actually made that project, but to be at the successful level that they were hoping, not so much.
So Marvel's, yeah. And like, you
But even Marvel complains about them not reaching the goal that they wanted, and I'm like, really?
perfectionist.
Disney level, yeah.
But like, you have an awesome guy like Joss Whedon, and I have to okay, this is like one of those like really bad, like guilty thoughts, but did you ever think for a split second that maybe Joss Whedon sabotaged Justice League because he's a Marvel director?
No, but
No, because that'd be super unprofessional.
Right.
But
No.
but I do think that the changes that were made were in a different direction from what Snyder had set out to do, and it ended up being where it was a bit mixed.
But
as opposed to smooth.
you guys heard about how he was on Twitter and he was actually liking. People were talking shit about Steppenwolf, and he actually liked those tweets, and and he did it like 2 or 3 times, and people were like, "Why are you liking this, critiquing and shit?" And because he had nothing to do with Steppenwolf, and it was like, "Damn, dude!" But somebody mentioned Fast and Furious as being a successful franchise. Yes and no, but it's not necessary. It's not a shared universe.
Yeah.
Until the Hobbs spinoff comes out, maybe. Maybe.
Did you guys like the Assassin's Creed movie?
I didn't even see it.
I watched it.
Wow, you sounded super excited about that too. I watched it. So you didn't like it? You didn't like it? Be honest, it's okay.
I felt like it was lacking in certain parts, and I feel like every time they make a movie from video games, they're always going to run into some type of expectancy, high hopes type of issue.
I haven't seen the latest Flash, so don't.
Yeah, we
I haven't
watched the latest Flash yet. We will watch it. To answer the question about Assassin's Creed, I like the concept, the way to kind of reintroduce the character background in general, not specifically that character, was kind of interesting, but there were some issues with the movie that I had that were kind of weird. Like, it didn't make sense. How did we go from that character back in history, also his childhood, and now like 30 plus years later he's just in jail? Okay, so what the hell happened? It was I don't mind
fell asleep
flash
on that
forwards,
part.
but there was I can understand it because there was nothing to explain why he went from here to here. Okay, so he's just a bad person. You want to kill his character off and reboot him as an assassin. It wasn't horrible, but it wasn't great. The action sequences were interesting, but story-wise was a little light for me. So I'm hoping the next installment will be a bit deeper and more rich in story.
Awesome. Okay, next question from Zone Mystery. Hi, little brother. How did the Tokyo Trinity meet each other? I've always wondered.
Good idea. That's a good question. Yeah, I like personal questions more. I'm tired of talking about comics.
Wait, and I'm wearing the shirt. You can get this shirt from Akasan's Spreadshirt store. Oh, wait, this too.
And
His
I'm
Supreme-
sure you can find this somewhere. Walmart, I guess. I don't know.
No.
All right. Well, basically,
Tell the story, yeah.
well, on my end, I got introduced to DC-san.
She got introduced to me by my little brother. What's up, little bro? Love you. He introduced me to her. We were talking, and then, boy,
Wait, okay, you see this? This is the effect of like maybe two sips. Let's have him drink a little bit
You know
more.
what's funny? He actually had another glass that
What
had
up, Mad
nothing
Flash?
but Coca-Cola in it.
Yep. Mad Flash making a dash.
Oh, thanks, Mad Flash. He can't hold his draw.
Oh yeah.
And then I just remember like DC-san one day, he's like, hey, I want to introduce you to someone. He's this famous YouTuber living in Japan, and he's really cool. And I'm like, oh my gosh, who is he?
Yeah.
Now he's super cool.
And I have to say, like, Akasan like really makes you feel comfortable from the very first get-go. So it was really easy, just like, you know, doing the videos with him and stuff. So
I make all the ladies feel comfortable. And they start wearing my shit on their chest.
next question.
Hashtag me too.
Next
Yeah.
question. Okay.
Like Hollywood too soon.
Oh no. So what? World of Cali. What was your first impressions of DC-san when you first met him?
When I first met him, I think I noticed your smile the very first time. No, because like I honestly like I didn't Google him.
Hashtag me
I
too.
didn't I didn't Google him or do any
noticed my smile
stalking.
as well.
So like when I met him for the first time and your little brother introduced me, he's like he's a super famous guy in Japan. I'm like, okay, cool. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, he's got this radiating smile. So
Thank you. That was very
What about
sweet.
you, DC-san? About me and World of Cali.
Well, ladies first. One of the things I actually noticed about her was actually
my hair. Just kidding.
that is one point, but also eyes and honesty. I tend to focus on people's eyes when I talk to them, but also she was always very open and honest when I spoke with her. It didn't matter what the topic was, and I like that because people tend to be a bit standoffish in conversations on this side, so it takes a while to just have a very open, honest conversation with them. She was never like that, and I like that. With him, something that I noticed.
His hair.
Actually, no, because most people would say that, and I've been around several other people that have dreads, including family members. But his voice, it actually carried through the entire. You say it's gay, but that's your voice. It carried through the entire theater. So when I'm talking to him, everyone can hear us. It's like this is one loud person, but in a good way, because a lot of people are also very quiet and they don't like to raise their voice. I want to have a normal conversation. I want to speak to you like a real man. So that was good.
I find that funny because I don't like watching movies with them the first time out because I can't hear the movie over these two.
For Asgard.
Especially that one.
Yeah.
What?
Which is great. It's
Wait,
fine.
you missed what we did for Justice League.
I don't want to know.
Yeah.
That's why I went to go see it separately.
Yeah, it was embarrassing.
Okay, wait, Akasan, what are your first impressions on us?
Well, DC-san is DC-san I've known for a few years before I actually met him. I was in Fukuoka at the time, and ironically, at that time, he and I were actually going to elope to Korea to watch Man of Steel. You don't remember that?
No,
Huh.
elope means get married.
Yeah, okay, fine. We were gonna escape to Korea. We were gonna escape to Korea to go see Man of Steel, and he went by himself. But then I ended up going a little later, and it was Seoul. I actually went to Seoul to go see it. But yeah, we stayed in contact that way. I actually met him. I was running a Dark Knight Rises fan site or something like that on Facebook. And then he was a member on there, and so I got to talking to him that way. And so I knew him for a few years, and then I didn't actually meet him until Deadpool, the Deadpool movie, came out, and I invited him on base with me to go watch that movie. No, Deadpool. Yeah, Deadpool was the first movie. Um, Sean Morden said, "Oh, I figured your mothers had the same name. That's funny." But I started inviting him, and then I think at some point in time, I invited him to start doing the flash reactions with me. I believe, and that's how it started with him. Then later, he was like, he was like, "Oh, I got a girl." He said, "I'm gonna bring somebody over. She's a cool girl or whatever." I'm like, and I was like, "Is she pretty?" And he was like, "Oh, yeah." And I was like, "All right."
That actually was his question.
Yeah.
Is she pretty?
I was like, cause I was like, "Is she talented? Is she pretty? Is it worth putting on camera?"
He's like, "Don't bring no duds to my studio."
No, I'm just saying. Because I'm very sensitive and I'm very sensitive and protective about how I film stuff, and I don't like people coming to my studio that aren't good. I'm serious.
We're teasing you.
Yeah, that's true. Even when what's her name came over, I'm like, I need a background check on her first. Yeah, but I was like, she has some big titties, so I was like, okay, no problem.
Yeah.
Big titties, big ass, and I was like, okay, pass.
Background check.
Yeah, that was a background check. Anyways, my first impressions of Cali was her annoying laugh.
I don't care.
Hi. And then she broke my couch. That was the combination of us. Go watch Beauty and the Beast. Go watch Beauty and the Beast. The trailer reaction. That's the first video we all did together. And what I thought about that, what I liked about that was the fact that Callie was down for anything back then, or even now. Like, I was like, hey, I got this idea. Since there's 3 of us, why don't we just do a little singing intro like that? And so we did it, and then the same couch was on its last legs, literally. And that was the first time the 3 of us sat down together, and it broke right then and there.
So after that, we had a suitcase stuck
Yep.
under that until
Yep.
it got replaced.
Yep.
Because I remember I was sitting there.
Yep.
Like, we got to put some more clothes in here.
Right.
I'm too low on my side.
Right. And then I was like, what is wrong with this woman? And then later I found out that she was from my hometown. I'm like, that explains it. Okay. Okay. And then later I got to know her a little better, and then after that it was cool. So
Mr.
yeah.
Chang, they're drinking lean.
Yeah.
Well, somebody commented that this Trinity is better than the DC Trinity.
You ain't wrong on that one. There's a lot of things better than what's going on over there.
Dave Chung asked a question. What kind of workouts do you guys like to do?
Oh, well, you
ladies first.
I was like, wait, ladies first.
I like to do, I'm poor. I can't afford to go to the gym, so I do all exercises at home. There's this Instagram girl.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck are you doing? No, this is fine. No, I'm fine, yeah.
Go follow Kelfit on Instagram. KELLFIT. I love her videos. But if I was back in LA, I'd be so on cardio bar because that's what I was doing up until I moved here. So I miss cardio bar. But there's one in Jugaoka.
Yes, there is.
All right.
Another thing I was noticing with dealing with Cali is once Cali came on board, I was like, holy shit, the views are really going up now. And people were like, oh, Akasan's got a girlfriend now. Akasan's got a girlfriend, like that. It was interesting. That's all.
I'm glad you remembered that.
Yeah, remember the sex bed?
Oh, no.
Like, I didn't think Callie would actually watch my videos, so I was making some comments one time, and then the next week she was like, oh, so I see you finished installing the sex bed. I'm like, oh, you watched that Weekly Wednesday What's Up? Okay.
Oops.
Gotta be a little careful what I say next time. Like that.
All right. DZ's on.
Workouts?
Yes.
All right. Just regular weight training.
Wait, your workouts are on.
You can look at Instagram, the number 2 DC Sun, and there are a few videos on there that show you what I do or what I like to do for working out.
Make sure you check it out.
There's some of my official private page for the acting side, but go to the 2DC Sun. It's actually a bit different, and there's music added to it. I'm doing this because I want you to move on.
Your workout.
My workout routine, I masturbate a lot. And I fuck women. I rape beautiful women. Wait, is that Jason Momoa? Hashtag me too.
Next. All right. Which actor would you like to play Batman in the Matt Reeves film?
That's the new Batman.
Oh, okay. Well,
I haven't seen the fan
What's up,
list that's
Brian,
been
by the
given
way?
out, but I will say that Jake Gyllenhaal was one of the choices up there, and I'm kind of starting to see it because of some of the movies he's done in the past where he really gets into.
He's creepy as fuck.
Right?
Which works really well. Yeah. No, that's
That-
the main thing you need to be Batman. You need to look creepy as fuck, man.
And here's
Yeah.
the deal. I'll say, okay, look, worst case scenario, they don't cast him as Batman, cast him as Nightwing.
ooh, I can see that.
That would be awesome.
Yes, it would.
Thank you, Christian. What?
Who would you cast as the Batman?
As the Batman, I'm gonna go.
Than yourself.
No, I can't play Batman, but I know what it takes to be the Batman. But what I would say is I'm going with my same answer as always. I really just wish they would go with almost completely unknown. The Batman role sells itself. I don't want someone bigger than the role of the Batman, and I feel that Ben Affleck is bigger than when we see Batman, we see Ben Affleck before we see Batman. I want them to go the same route as when they cast Wolverine, when they cast Thor, when they cast Captain America. Those actors made their role and made their names through that role, and I just wish that Warner Brothers would stop trying to get big names behind these things. So that's all.
If you were given a chance to play a superhero in a movie, you wouldn't?
Really quick. Hi, thank you, Cena Trilogy. You wouldn't play a superhero.
What? I wouldn't play Batman. That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't play Batman. I would give a
superhero that you would want to play if you got
advice on Batman, but that's about it. Yeah.
What about Akasan for Static Shock?
Too old.
Have the hair.
Too old.
With a good story, wouldn't matter.
Too old. Yeah. If they're gonna do future, if they do future Static Shock, that's fine. I'd be down for that. Yeah.
Would you play a superhero?
Yeah, I'll be any superhero. All right, really quick. Okay, let's go to Edwin's. I'll do anything.
I thought
Anything for the role. I have to. That what she showed us before?
I have to. They're laughing because I showed them a video of what Walt Disney #MeToo. Walt Disney was forcing Minnie Mouse to strip, and she was like, "All right, now take off your top." "Oh, do I have to?" And he was like, "You want to be a star, don't you? Drop them panties," and you see the panties drop. Wait, that's not funny in this day and age anymore. Yeah.
Family Guy.
Yeah. This live broadcast is brought to you by Comic Book Movie Talk, Booze, and Dick Jokes.
All right, Edwin's asking, have we ever fell in front of each other? I'm not getting the point.
Yeah.
Up steps.
What?
Up steps.
I don't know what you're talking about.
you do. Yes, you do.
Yeah, just a few weeks ago, I fell. I tripped. I tripped, and DC Sun couldn't stop laughing, and we had to stop the take and redo it. It was, yeah.
How is your butt bone?
It's okay. My booty bone is all right. It's getting a little better day by day.
So innocent, thank you.
No, she did that on purpose. Yeah. See, that's the one thing you guys don't realize is behind the scenes.
Actually, quite nice, and when she says something, it doesn't mean anything negative. She's actually asking.
Nah,
honestly.
I think Cali is very strategically placing jokes in certain times, and that's a good quality about her. So yeah, I can see right through it, and I love it. Cause if there's anybody I can count on to say something funny, she's good at it.
I like that.
Amazing. The chemistry between you guys is so natural.
So natural.
It gives the
I didn't even
impression
know- where's that?
that you
Oh,
have been
okay.
friends since way longer, which is why I enjoy you guys together. Aww.
Thank you, because it does feel like we've known each other for a long time. It's funny because like even when we talk about Stranger Things, things from like the 80s, 90s, childhood stuff like that, we all grew up in different places, but it feels like we grew up together. So it's actually kind of nice. That's my cheesy moment.
And that's what I was gonna say. Actually, we talk to each other every day. Actually, why is that funny?
No.
Because she has no friends.
I'm the Flash.
That's why
Oh,
that's exactly
that
why
was-
you
that was
relate.
good. That was
That's exactly why you relate to her.
No. Like if you guys like this funny stuff that they put on the line chat, it's pretty hilarious. So
It is. We send each other really silly stuff all the time.
that's what I was laughing.
And memes, oh goodness. I think our chat is 50% memes, 50% conversation. Because I get some really weird things late, and I was like, what the hell is this? And it's some meme that one of these two has sent me, and I can't stop laughing because it's like they're up this late at night, and that's what they sent me. And then the next part is they're up this late at night, they saw this, that's just funny.
And yeah, we would actually do more stuff together.
Justice League War.
Oh.
Crisis on Two Earths. It's the tie between those two.
That is not going to make any sense if you're not in the
someone asked,
chat.
What's your favorite
Yeah.
DC animated movie? And
Okay.
I had to say it's a cross between those two.
We would actually do more stuff together, like snow trips and all this other stuff.
We
But
need to do a snowboarding trip.
but the biggest problem is, yeah, we're all adults and we all have private lives that we do stuff. So that's the biggest problem, is that we all have private lives that it's a little hard for us to sort of get together. These Wednesdays we get together is like, it actually took a lot of work to actually make that happen consecutively. That's the biggest issue right there. Unlike a lot of channels online, where they don't have other stuff that they're doing.
So if you donate more to Akasan's Patreon, then it'll give us the funds.
Just yank that mic out my
Because I'm going to like commercialize for you. So please visit Akasan's Patreon. Advertise. Patreon.com/Akasan.
And also check out World of Cali's Patreon as well.
Thanks.
Please and thank you.
Thanks. Okay. All right. Next.
10 more minutes. That's it.
Okay. We're going through some of these questions. Like we've kind of already talked about it in side conversations.
Wow, skipping that one. Okay.
I'll be Wonder
I
Woman.
want to say, I'll read it.
I knew it.
Where is it?
Welcome to Akasan's casting couch.
Yeah,
Oh,
right?
that's it?
You're
Oh.
sitting on it too.
Yeah. So we're gonna get the BBA scene. What is that? DPD, yeah, and a little bit of BBW if we have time. Yes.
Yeah, don't.
Okay.
Don't think about it. Just let it go.
Don't think about it. Just let it come. No, I'm looking for. Have any of you? No, I don't see. Do any of your family members watch your videos?
Only when they're in the tub.
Not just extended. No.
No,
Extended family too.
While they're in the tub.
Yeah.
I don't know.
My little sister watches my videos and she always asks about Cali and she's like, "Who's that girl next to you?" Like that.
I want to meet your sister.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your sister ever
Nah,
leave
probably
Japan?
not. She wants to, but she's like still 16, so
So she doesn't have
How
to take a flight?
nah, she can't.
Have her come over
my
during
gosh.
spring break.
Yes.
Legal reasons. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
okay.
Yeah, that sucks. But yeah, she was on my channel a few months ago though. Yeah.
Both my brothers watch. The older one always makes suggestions of how come you don't give more information about comic books when you're talking about the reviews, and it's because that's a long conversation. And then the younger one says stop umming. So yeah. And yes, I would love to play Jon Stewart, Green Lantern. Thank you.
And the comment above: Iris has no friends.
She's got us.
You can relate. All right.
Hello, to
Sorry.
Richard Copeland. He's in England.
Oh, hello, Richard.
Okay.
Oh, that question.
What question?
Oh, I'll answer it. No, I'll answer it. Have any of you been attracted to each other? Yes. Next question.
Yes.
What? Oh,
I
that's
mean, be an
no,
idiot if you
dumb.
say no.
No, that's stupid. I mean, honestly, you can't put people together. What's the best way I can answer this?
Attracted to each other in one way or another.
No,
in a healthy way.
yeah, like you can't put beautiful people together in like a one room and shit, and like not have some form of an attraction or whatever. Like, you know, I'm a member of Cali's Patreon, and it's cool. There's some good stuff on there, and like,
I just get my shit for free.
but I give her, but occasionally, you know, I just give her advice on different ways to be more attractive and more appealing to the audience.
To the frame.
And for that, she just needs to be herself.
Yeah.
Which I am.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah. So, yes, there you go. But there's a difference. Oh!
Thank you. Sheen 318.
Wait.
I know she is. Yeah.
We have to take a drink for you.
Happy. Okay, hold on. Go ahead.
But you only have Coca-Cola.
No, I don't.
Look at the color of your drink.
Oh.
It's clearly darker than ours.
She likes it dark. All right. Hi. Happy to be able to see a live stream from you three and be able to send some super chat love. Question.
Very much.
Who would your top pick? Oh, yeah. See, does it play the music at all?
Who would your top pick in
It's
playing
gone now.
Nightwing in the upcoming movie?
There you go.
Ooh. Yeah. Isn't this the Twix song?
Twix, I guess. Yo.
So, who would you have as your top pick to play Nightwing in an
Tut,
upcoming
tut.
movie?
There we go.
That's a good question.
Ooh, I feel like we're in karaoke now.
Do you want the karaoke sound? Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Nightwing.
You know, honestly, I don't know why, but I think I'm so used to Jim Lee's artwork, but I really would like someone half Asian to play the role. That's all. That's it. I just feel it would be something different, something unique, something different, but still something something familiar, basically. Because I don't know why, but it might just be Jim Lee's artwork, but I just always have seen Nightwing as a little more Asian than white. Yeah.
Asian and what?
Anything.
White. Yeah.
Oh, Asian and white.
White. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Just I don't know. Like I would really like.
Not Asian and Hispanic or Asian and Black or anything.
Nah, I would prefer some sort of like CW-ish looking type of guy,
I
basically.
agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Like I think pause, but Nightwing needs to be fairly attractive
I
and
agree.
slender like
agree.
that. So
Especially considering he's supposed to be the
Jim-
most attractive
Right.
character in the DC.
and he needs to have a nice butt.
No, seriously, they have
Yeah.
that listed.
Oh.
It's weird.
Oh, so he's
Nah, not Glenn though. I wouldn't have him. No.
he's
Glenn?
ikemen.
Nah.
No, I wouldn't do Glenn
He
either.
needs to look like a model, basically.
But still
What if
manly.
Glenn worked out.
No.
No.
He's got that like more round face.
But Daniel Day Kim, if he was a bit younger.
I don't know who that is.
Hold on.
Really?
Hold this.
Lost.
I've never watched Lost.
Hawaii Five-0.
Hold on. You've never watched Lost.
Are you serious?
No reason to for me. Especially the way they ended.
Okay. The ending,
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. The ending's questionable, but the show was good. All right. Next question. Dan, were there about
Come
to
on,
answer?
3 more minutes. Wrap it up, guys. Good stuff.
So one of the questions was Harry Potter versus Teen Titans.
What?
I don't know.
Teen Titans.
Yeah, I'm like, they got Starfire, of course.
Whatever.
She can take her.
Deathstroke kills them all. Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Next question.
Okay.
Wrap it up, guys. Good
All right.
questions.
Favorite.
round.
Here, this is a good one. Favorite and least favorite things about YouTube.
My favorite thing, communicating with the fans. My least favorite, the editing.
I'd have to say I agree. Connecting with the fans is one of the things that I actually look forward to doing when I'm on YouTube, whether it be my channel or bumping on one of yours. Least favorite, editing time. Sorry. Heck, Coca-Cola, some burping. Excuse me. Editing sucks.
Favorite fans. Least favorite. I don't.
Fans.
No, my fans are pretty cool.
on point, yo. Oh man.
I haven't gotten that comment.
Really?
Oh,
You get a lot of there's a lot of gangbang comments I noticed.
maybe I haven't been
Maybe it's
checking.
my audience. They're like, 2 black guys and an Asian. We know how this ends. Like that.
Can I give a second least favorite thing? It's when people are trolling each other.
Oh.
Or trying to troll us instead of just enjoying the content for what it is.
Wait, I turned
That's
on
kind of
the
annoying.
Speaker because here we go. Where's the music? Spinning art.
Thanks, Spinning Art.
Thanks again, Spinning Art, because they already donated before.
What are you most thankful for on this Thanksgiving? And happy Thanksgiving to everyone. What happened to the Harley Quinn thing? What the fuck?
I don't know.
Does it happen?
The most thankful thing I am thankful for outside of my general health is being in good company. Not trying to sound cheesy, but being in good company. Having a rough year in many different aspects, but ending it somewhat with these great people. Even when they dance in khakis.
Come more into frame.
It's wrong on
I can't watch.
Wait. If you watch, you have to watch with Dan.
Thank you.
So Kelly, you should answer a question for the fans because we've actually answered two
Oh.
ones so far.
Okay, what am I most thankful for on this Thanksgiving? I'm thankful for this year. I think every year we should try to be better than the year before and to be thankful for all the memories and the good people that we've met. Yeah.
Thank you, Antonio. I will do that shortly, probably over the weekend. It's just been a matter of time. I've been in the studio outside of this one, filming a few different projects, commercials, and otherwise. So I will hopefully get to it this weekend. I will actually want to watch it in IMAX and then give a review. But if I can't get to it in time, I will do one.
I'm thankful for my hard drive that stores all my porn. And I'm thankful for this high-speed Japanese internet. No. Only pros go hard drive. I'm thankful for this high-speed internet so I can get my porn in 3 minutes or so.
That's fast.
It's very fast. Fastest porn alive.
Wonder Woman or
Thankful for Batman.
The Winter Soldier. Keep one, burn one.
I'm thankful for
Winter Soldier.
my PC. I'm thankful for Savitar. Thank God for Savitar who he bought me. This is last year he got me this computer.
Oh my
Actually.
gosh.
He's the reason why you guys get more videos nowadays.
I'm thinking Savitar from Flash.
Same dude. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
His name is Savitar. He literally is Savitar. He sent me a bunch of money and shit. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Antonio.
And I'm thankful for Cali's Patreon as well. Those late night posts keep me awake at night. I'm thankful for the fact that the tank tops I send her and the tight, skimpy dress
I love
she
this
wears
tank top.
Usually start off with
fits so
t-shirts,
wear.
mine
Yeah.
modifies. Every t-shirt we've given her has been modified
Mm.
into something like that.
Because don't you like the lower neckline?
Oh, we're not
Yeah.
complaining. Just I don't think you have a normal.
I'm
t-shirt.
thankful for Cali's, the fact that we can actually have that sort of persona on the channel, and the fact that living in Japan, we don't have too many women that are so open that way anymore.
Drink more! Drink more!
On Earth 69, this would have ended a lot differently, but we're in Earth 1 right now, so good night, guys. Got a fat before sleeping. Okay.
Thanks, Otis. Keep it fat.
Keep it fab. But of course, in all seriousness, I am thankful for everything around me, and I want to walk the red carpet next year at Avengers. No, Avengers Affinity War. If they asked me to come, they didn't even fucking have. You know what? Between you, me, and 100 people watching right now, Warner Brothers asked me to show up for the Justice League premiere, but they didn't want me. They just wanted my costume. They wanted to put someone else in the costume.
What?
Use
Yeah.
it for your looks. No, it's fine.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, fine, whatever. But then it didn't. If the deal fell through, so that's why I didn't go to the premiere this year, and that's why same reason for Tokyo Comic Con, because I emailed them. Wait, okay, I shouldn't talk about this stuff. But anyways, hopefully next year you'll see me more of a presence in Japan. If not, I'm gonna go back to America. Okay. Oh.
Wait. You
I'm
mean
not
you're
taking to that.
you mean you're gonna go back to America during SDCC?
Yes, actually, all three of us are planning to go to San Diego Comic-Con. So we will actually start planning what we're going to do and how we're going to work it out. So when we get there, we'll actually have a live feed going as well as a Q&A with the fans face-to-face. We'll set up a meet and greet. We'll get back to you with more details as the months come on. Oh, voice of reason, disrespectful.
Good night.
What a shitty way to end it. What? Crunch. All right, guys. Hey, hit us up on all our social media, and it would be all good. We're gonna get to. We got the Deadpool trailer, the Crisis on Infinite Earths, or whatever X thing.
An Honest Trailer released something too.
Did they?
Yeah.
They did?
Yeah, they did.
I think it was something
Do
I
you guys know what
hadn't
my trailers
seen.
released?
No, they
If
really
so, we can-
they released something, but I didn't know what it was though.
Hold
Like
Oh,
Hold over.
the Emoji Movie.
Oh yeah, see, I didn't watch that movie. Yeah,
I've
so
only seen half of it.
yeah, I don't know if it would be funny or not. So I mean, we
America
could maybe.
He heard America.
Jeremy, yes, we are.
Really?
That's only on the most expensive Patreon that you can see that one.
Yeah.
It's pretty messy, so bring a towel. All right, we're out of here, guys. Peace.
Thanks for tuning in. Keep it super.
Sorry, crotch shot as I get over here.
Gratuitous crotch shot.
Gratuitous.
Gratuitous khakis crotch shot.
That's what you want. That's what you want.